Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 6:30 p.m. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing and a regular meeting of the city of Sandy Oaks, Texas is being held today, April 14th, 2022 at 6:30 p.m. at Sandy Oaks City Hall located at 22870 Priest Road, Sandy Oaks, Texas 78112. All agenda items are subject to action. The city of Sandy Oaks will also provide a live stream video and telephonic access of the meeting and public hearing through the link. It's all here. The public will be permitted to offer public comments for either the public hearing or citizens to be heard portion of the agenda in person, telephonically, or by video as provided by the agenda and as permitted by the presiding officer during the meeting by signing up with city clerk at least 15 minutes in advance of the meeting. A recording of the telephonic meeting will be made and will be available to the public in accordance with the Texas Public Information Act upon request. Ms. Raid, maybe we have a quorum call.
Alderwoman Martinez.
Here.
Alderman Rapino.
Here.
Alderwoman Alvarado.
Here.
Alderman Mayor Pro Tem Martinez.
Here.
And Alderman Bricken is not here. There is a quorum present, Mayor Fillinger.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd ask you to, gentlemen, remove your hat, stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We're going into our public hearing, discussion and or possible action on minor plat of Crystal Water subdivision of an approximately 3.328 acre tract of land out of survey number 3, abstract 107, CB 4131, recorded in volume 6479, page 993, official public records, Bexar County, Texas, and also being a portion of the 1,399.506 acre tract of land described in warranty deeds recorded in volume 3899, page 1269, deed records by Bexar County, Texas, establishing lots 1 and 2 and 3, CB 4131, Bexar County, Texas, submitted by James Haas. No recommendation has been forwarded from the Planning and Zoning Commission. The matter's up for discussion.
Mayor, if you'll also note the time that the public hearing starts.
Time of the public hearing started at 6:32 p.m.
I have a question.
Okay,
Is Mr. Haas here? Present?
I
Okay.
don't know Mr.
I
Haas.
don't know, I don't either, that's why I asked. Okay. Although it has a legal description, it doesn't have an address, and Mr. Haas owns 2 properties. So not clear. I went to the BCAD, the Bexar County Appraisal District. The legal description kind of looks like one, but not sure of that one. And also I wanted to give the council some information. Maybe it might weigh in or not. I don't know. And maybe legal counsel can guide us. Mr. Haas is a grantor. There are grantees involved, and usually both have legal rights to the property. Both have to agree. So unless we have a notarized paper from the owner that is on file, on record, one is Quintero Bueno Guadalupe, and the other is Christina Rostro and Martin Rostro, but I don't know which one, we're talking about today. So in that case, as far as a legal matter, I don't know if council wants to weigh in. We should have agreement from both parties before we do anything with the property. I don't know if that pertains to as far as what we're letting him do or allowing him to replat. But I know that both parties have to have agreement.
For clarity, Javier Pantoja is the general contractor?
No, we're talking about the public hearing on the land that's being replatted on number 3, public
Correct.
hearing.
Yep.
So we're talking about Mr. James Haas. He submitted for replatting of the property of the 3 acres.
The
I pulled-
1.1, the 1.11, and the 1.11.
Well,
pieces.
if you read right there on number 3, it says total of 3.32 acres. I have 2 VCAD properties. One has 3.24, one has 3. So I'm not sure which one we're talking about today.
Okay, I'm not. So,
Familiar with that.
So he wants
As
to
far as what we have.
combine all 3 of them into one plat.
no,
No,
he
he
has,
wants
he has one plot. He wants to subdivide it into 3
Three
plots.
Plat. Oh, okay, I get
And
it.
it's at the end of that cul-de-sac at Crystal Waters.
Mhm. Yeah,
He's done one before, way back when very first became a city, he did one.
yeah. I pulled up a copy, like, sort of like what we got today. I pulled up mine, one from VCAD, and it shows both properties,
Let,
one here, one
let
here,
me,
but nothing else on Crystal Water regarding Mr. Haas. And like I said, he's the grantor. So these people here have been paying their taxes and their property. So they are involved as far as, having a say-so on the planning. I'm sure of that as far as being the grantee, because they have legal rights also. So we might require, depends on council.
The current property owner is the one who has authority to bring the plat, so he represented or either provided the most recent warranty deed to Melissa Hadley, the P&Z chair.
Right.
I believe he said VCAD had not been updated yet, though, with being the owner of the property.
Right, and that's his right to bring it forward. But what I'm saying is, as the grantee has paid on this property since 2017, they should have at least the agreement,
yeah,
something
you're
in
talking,
those 2. Mhm.
this one and this one?
Both
That's
of
not the property we're looking
on
at
Crystal Water,
on Crystal Water, no.
which one is it?
It's this one, man. Well, actually, it's this one.
That's why I wanted an address, because these are the only 2 that come up.
Okay, but if you look at the plat,
Mhm.
that's, he previously subdivided the property you're talking about.
Mhm.
Okay. He's now talking about the subdividing on the other side of the,
Okay, I don't see one that's 3 acres. That's what I'm.
no, well, it's showing being divided already.
Oh,
This is what he wants to do. Currently,
yeah,
it's this property. It's one property. He wants to subdivide it into 3 1-acre properties.
okay,
The other people are across the cul-de-sac from the property we're talking about now.
okay, because I put the name on that one that you're talking about, and it's under Joseph Hillen.
Yes, but I've lived in my house 12 years and VCAT is still sending me mail for people that,
Well, I was
I mean,
bringing
it's-
information forward.
No.
That way, if
Yeah.
you
No,
don't want to be
but-
caught in the middle of a
right, no, thank
litigation
you
or anything
for
like that.
being complete, but yeah, the other property is already subdivided. He has 2 people purchasing
Right,
the
the ones I
property.
pulled, but now you're saying that it's this one that I marked Joseph Hillen. So there's somebody involved also as far as the
Well,
grantee, right? So, I mean,
No,
I,
Mr. Hillen previously owned the property. Mr. Haas bought it.
okay,
The VCAD records
okay.
are just behind.
Yeah, and that's just information I'm offering, and if it's all okay with legal counsel, I'm
No,
okay.
we're,
as far as making a decision.
right.
Mhm.
Mr. Haas is currently the owner of the property and he wants to
The only
subdivide it.
owner, okay.
Okay. Any further discussion?
These properties be annexed into Sandy Oaks?
No, they're already in Sandy
In
Oaks.
Sandy Oaks.
We're not changing the zoning. The property's
That's weird.
zoned residential now. So, it's just subdividing a 3-acre lot. With no further discussion, I would entertain a motion.
Well, I make a motion to approve the division of the 3 acres into 3 3 single tracts of property. I don't know, that's good enough.
That's good enough for me.
1.10 acre. I'll second that. motion.
Okay. I'm gonna try to say it a little differently and correct me if I'm wrong. Mayor Pro Tem Martinez has made a motion to authorize the city clerk to sign off on plat 251214, minor plat of Crystal Water subdivision. And I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Martinez, a second from Alderman Rapino. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ms. Rabe, you are authorized to sign off on the plat agreement. Thank you very much. And that will be the end of the public hearing at 6:42. We'll now go into our regular city council meeting. Citizens to be heard. Do we have any signups, ma'am? Okay, thank you very much. Agenda item 5, mayor and administrator announcements, updates. We're still working with Waste Connections regarding possible residential dumpsters. The grant is moving forward on the Loman drainage project. And that's it. Everything's moving forward. So agenda item 6, consent agenda. All matters listed under consent agenda are considered routine by the City Council of the City of Sandy Oaks and will be enacted by one motion. There will not be separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. We have 2 items. A, approve the minutes from March 24th, 2022 regular city council meeting. Item B, approve February 2022 invoice number 1295 from Casson Ortiz, not to exceed $6,327.30.
I have a question about 6A on the
Okay, let's set it aside. We'll come back to that.
okay,
I'd entertain a motion for,
okay, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda except for items 6A.
okay, the motion is approve the consent agenda except for item 6A. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a motion from Alderman Rapino, a second from Alderwoman Alvarado. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous. And we will consider consent agenda item 6A. What's your question, sir?
In there, it says discuss and possible action, 6A says up, I'm at 6B, I'm sorry, I thought we
Okay,
needed to
let's-
restate that then again.
Let's
Yeah, I
stop.
withdraw that, hold on, let me,
The motion is for A.
yeah, what I was getting at was, I withdraw the motion to approve the consent agenda all except 6A, and what I meant was approve the consent agenda all but 6B. And so how do we go about removing that initial
Motion.
motion and then making a second motion? Well, I make the motion to withdraw the first motion, and now I need a second.
Second.
Okay, so now we need a vote,
So has
right?
everyone voted already?
No, we didn't vote for the second
Correct.
motion to withdraw yet. So,
So it would be a vote to reconsider
yes,
the motion with a second and then a vote to reconsider. And then
okay.
or
So,
redo the
Okay.
motion.
Would you like to reconsider, make a motion to reconsider the consent agenda?
yes, I make a motion to reconsider the consent agenda. And
Okay, I have a motion to reconsider the consent agenda. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
okay,
Okay, Alderman Rubino has made a motion to reconsider the consent agenda. Alderwoman,
Martinez.
my mouth's dry. Martinez.
No, not Martinez.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
No,
no.
The second one.
Martinez made the
Oh,
second.
so she seconded it, okay. I'm getting confused.
All in favor of reconsidering the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, let's reconsider the consent agenda, sir.
Okay, so now I make a motion to approve the consent agenda, all except 6B.
Okay, the motion is to approve the consent agenda with the exception of 6B. 6B is withdrawn. Do I have a second?
No, 6B is withdrawn. yes.
Have a second.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Alderwoman Alvarado has seconded the
Somebody
motion. All in
shoot me.
favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay,
Okay, and the reason should I discuss why I wanted it?
yes, please, sir. Let's
All right,
let's
it
discuss.
says, discuss and possible action on approving the reimbursement of the police department
No,
budget
sir. Well, yeah,
right here on 6B. Why I wanted
Six
to,
A is a minute.
no, you're looking at the minutes from last meeting, sir.
yeah, that's what we're doing.
But that's 6A.
That's why I
That's
wanted, yeah, but that's why I wanted to discuss. What we're doing is
You had it right.
approving the, oh, no, I was right the first time. No, I wanted to
Correct.
not
The minutes
approve
from
the minutes for this, but then I got to looking at what I was talking about
Okay,
in the, I'm getting confused. But anyhow, my
yes, sir.
first motion was correct, and I didn't want to
Okay.
approve the minutes for March 24th, 2022, the regular meeting. And when the reason for that was on the minutes,
okay,
and they were 6B. It was just a coincidence that they
all
both
right. all
were
right,
under
sir.
number.
Put that paper away for now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
So I've thoroughly disgraced myself, but so I need to make another motion to reconsider my last two motions and
yes, sir.
and I want to again make a motion to reconsider my last two motions. And how would I do this? I want to then take
Sir,
back my last
sir,
two
make
motions.
make one motion
I'll make one motion
to
to
reconsider the
reconsider
consent agenda.
the consent agenda totally. And then,
Okay, that's
that's it.
a
Then
motion,
somebody
sir.
needs
I'll second
to
it.
second it. All right, once we do that,
All right. Alderman Rupino has made a motion to reconsider the consent agenda. Do I have a second?
Yes, I second it.
she seconded.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Martinez seconds the motion. All in favor of
Get that out.
reconsidering the consent agenda item say aye,
Aye.
All right, okay.
opposed? All
Okay.
right.
Now I'll start again and do it right this time. Okay, now I make a motion to approve the consent agenda, all except six A.
Okay, the motion is that we will approve the consent agenda with the exception of item 6A, approved minutes from the March 24th, 2020 second regular city council meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Alderwoman Alvarado seconded the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now, the reason I did that
I
was,
didn't say
okay, go
any
ahead.
opposed.
Oh, yeah, it's true. No,
No, unanimously, we will separate and consider consent agenda item 6A, approved minutes from the March 24th, 2022 city council meeting.
so the reason I did that was on the item 6B on the March 24th regular meeting minutes. And
Yes, sir.
And they said, discuss and possible action on approving the reimbursement of the police department budget from the ARPA funds for the modification of the 2017 Ford Taurus for $30,737.08. Alderman Brickam made a motion to approve the reimbursement of the police department budget for the ARPA funds for the modification of the 2017 Ford Taurus. But there's no motion, no,
No second. and no
second
vote.
and no vote. So that's why
Okay. This.
I'm sure it was done. It's just not recorded.
That it actually was approved.
It just needs to be rewarded.
Yeah, just need to be added, yeah.
Okay. The official minutes do need to be
Corrected.
corrected. Police department, item 6B. And we'll address that at our next meeting, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got so confused, but 2 6's got me.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We got through that too. Oh, sir.
It happens.
Okay. Agenda item 7, the financial report, the income and expenses for March 2022 will be reported by City Secretary Charlotte Ray with possible discussion and or action.
The beginning balance in March 1st was $349,415.49. Checks and payments of $192,184.96. Deposits and credits of $176,321.44. Cleared balance $333,551.97, which is our ending balance.
I make a motion to accept the financial report as reported or stated.
I'll second.
Okay, Alderman Rupino has made a motion to accept the financial report. Alderwoman Alvarado has seconded the motion. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous, ma'am. Agenda item 8, investment report. Received brief from Alderman Rapino on quarterly investment report with possible discussion and or action.
Okay, since our checking account doesn't bear interest, the initial balance was $333,551.97, and the ending amount is the same, $333,551.97. But our investment account on 1/1/22 was $127,000, $689.60. And on 3/31/22, we made a little money this time because the Fed had bumped the interest rate slightly. $127,716.54. And we made a modest $26.94, but at least we made something except for pennies that we have been making for the last year because of the flat interest rates that we haven't lost any money, and I attended a seminar with Tex Pool last month, the beginning of last month, and their projection is the Fed is going to raise the interest rate quarterly, and that they figure by the end of the fiscal year, or they're projecting that it may be up to 2%, so we can expect a little bit better bang for our bucks.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that will come to pass. A little bit doubtful, but you never know.
Okay. Any questions or discussion on the investment report?
Alderman Rapino, you're the investment officer, correct?
Yes,
Have you gotten your certification?
yes, I did. And I'm glad you brought that up. Our John was our backup, and so we need a backup. And I called TML because I want to get recertified again. And there's a class going to be presented in December in San Antonio, and I'd like to go to that again. And I was hoping the city would send me. I'd rather go in person than the first one I attended was, in person, and you get more out of it. It's 2 days. It's a good class. I learned a lot. I'd like to do it again. I'd hope the city would fund me. If not, I'll do it myself. But
No, that's.
somebody, it'd be an opportunity for whoever it becomes the backup
I would like
to go to.
Well, if it's in December, that'll be after the election, so we'll have to see who's seated to
Yeah. Well, I'm not running this.
Take
I
the
mean,
train.
I'm not up for election this time, so I'll still be
You'll
here.
be around.
You're the only one on council now, sir.
Who else? No.
Just you?
Is everybody else running?
Well,
No, Brittany?
everybody else is in an appointed position.
Oh, well,
They only serve till the next election.
oh, my God.
Okay,
Here we go.
any further discussion on the investment report?
No.
If not, I'll make a motion that we accept the investment report as read.
Alderman Rapino has made a motion to accept the investment report as presented.
I'll second.
Alderwoman Martinez seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous, ma'am. Okay, Police Department. Chief Lopez, do you have any updates and announcements?
Yes, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and Council. The Taurus that we had outfitted, there's a delay on the watch guard system. Obviously, chips that are, electronics and things like that, that's causing the delay. Probably another 8 weeks or so with everything, the chip shortage that's going around in the US, automobiles and things like that, unfortunately. And that's out of our control. However, the vehicle will be ready, but it won't be operational on the streets, unfortunately.
Okay,
And then for our open vacancy for our police officer position, it's ending tomorrow. We had 2 candidates. One candidate has submitted all of the application and the TCO packet, and the other candidate has yet to be compliant and turn in that city application and TCO packet as well. So it closes tomorrow, and we'll be holding interviews next week on Monday.
Okay.
I believe at 10 o'clock for that candidate as well.
So you said you had 2 applications?
Yes, yes.
are there, is there any movement on the code enforcement officer at all?
No. No,
Are we still advertising that?
there was no submission of applications for that. But it's still, I believe it was still open
It's still out there.
out there.
Yeah, I think we submitted it twice. People, TML, city website.
Okay. Anything else, Chief?
No, sir.
How about our monthly reports, sir?
For the month of March, we had, for court defendants, we had 27. We had 46 cases. Moving down to traffic stops, we had 86 traffic stops for the month. 97 citations were issued, along with 41 warning citations. Calls for service for Officer 985 was 18. Calls for service for 980 was 12. Moving down, we had 6 arrests for the month. 1 law enforcement agency assist, 3 calls for service for EMS assist, dropping down to 1 call for service alarm residents, 1 call for animal cow, and then 1 service call for assault. Moving to the back, we had 1 crash report, 1 COV violation, warning or citation. And we also had 2 citations for, 2 calls for service for junk vehicles, warning or citation. Moving down to disturbance of a child, we had 1 call for service, 1 call for service or shots heard, 1 disturbance verbal, 1 stray livestock, 2 fire structures, 1 information call, 1 lost property, 1 narcotics loss. And then moving down to thefts, we had 1, and then 2 welfare checks, and along with 1 public nuisance call as well. And then if you're looking at we're looking at the March arrest, starting at the top, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 residents within the city that have been arrested, and 2 non-residents stemming from 3 Bexar County warrants for drugs, 2 assaults, and then 1 SAPD traffic warrant, and then 1 injury to a child, and then we also had 1 evading arrest as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And agenda item 9C, discuss and or possible action on approving the cost of the hotel room from May 22nd to May 27th, 2022, in the amount of $570.22 for Chief Lopez to attend the 2022 Texas Police Chief Leadership Series Conference in Waco, Texas, which is mandatory for his position. Open for discussion and
Hey, Chief, just to be clear. So it says 570.22 in the agenda. but on the back it says 652.
Yeah.
Is that, which one's the correct amount?
That's with the taxes.
Okay.
And so mine's obviously as we're government entity.
We're tax.
Yeah. we're-
Okay.
Yes.
The other part is, so as we discussed, there's more to it than the 570. Mayor Fillinger, so I was working with the chief directly to come up with a better budget for this.
Yep.
There's the fee to get in, which was paid already, so we're not including that. There's fuel for the vehicle. There's his per diem, correct. And so with the per diem, the fuel, and the cost of the hotel, I believe the true amount it would be just right under $1,100 for NTE of $1,100. That'll be the fuel to get to and from, the meals for traveling, and the days that he's on site.
Okay, was that a motion?
That is a motion to have a not to exceed amount of $1,100 for the May 22nd to 27th Texas Police Chief Leadership Conference.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Martinez. Authorize expenses not to exceed $1,100 for the May 22nd to May 27th Leadership Conference, seconded by Alderman Rapino. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous, ma'am. You are approved. I want to see pictures.
Who's
Thank you,
gonna be
Council.
in your stead, chief, when you're gone?
I'm sorry, sir.
Who's gonna be the chief or acting chief while you're gone?
You are.
I can open up my office anytime for you, sir.
Okay, I'll be there.
Okay,
I won't drink any espresso like I did before the meeting. You get all shaky.
okay, agenda item 10 is animal control updates. Alderman Martinez, do you have any announcements regarding the Animal Control Advisory Committee? Okay. The presentation of the monthly report will be delayed until our next meeting. Mr. Ellis is actually dealing with an animal control issue as we speak. Moving to agenda item number 11, Parks and Recreation.
Mayor Fillinger, before we proceed, on the Animal Control Advisory Committee, just to help me understand, what is the purpose of the ACAC?
You should read the ordinances, sir.
Yeah, I probably should.
The purpose for the Animal Control Advisory Committee is to help city council set policies, to search for volunteers, to help with animal control issues, walking the dogs, cleaning the kennels. We interface with various rescue organizations and animal transport.
Give the
Miss-
community a sounding block.
A couple of members of the Animal Control Advisory Committee are very involved with rescues and transport groups. And there are our points of contact with those organizations. And we discuss various issues. That's what it's all about, sir.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay. All right, moving on to Parks and Recreations, updates and announcements from Park Advisory Committee Chair Rapino with possible discussion and or action.
Okay, a few things to talk about. One thing, myself, the mayor, and maybe Grace here will be trying to get the butterfly garden off the ground tomorrow morning at 9. We're going to go down there and try and maybe put some plants in or get some beds started in the butterfly garden in the park area there behind the community center. Anybody that wants to come down and help at 9 a.m. is welcome. Also, I think next week, won't they start putting in the exercise equipment in the, wasn't it around the 19th of April?
Yeah, sometime in the next few weeks, we should be
Yeah.
getting notification
And they'll have
that
our
it's shipped.
exercise area going in down there in the park. And we should hear in May back if any of our grants from AARP have come in. There are a few things, and we also have our meeting next Tuesday night here in the City Hall that are bi-monthly or every 2 week parks committee meeting. That we
What
Okay,
time is that? 6:30?
6:30, yes. And everybody's welcome. So that's all I have, and I think the mayor, you're gonna ask for a quote, I guess, since your name is on here, or
Okay.
if you want me to do it.
well, I got the numbers, so.
Okay, you got the numbers. Go
Okay,
for it.
discuss and possible action on quotes received for the purchase of freezers for the community center. We had a big household refrigerator freezer that has died. And the mechanic came out, looked at it, and the compressor is gone. So it's really not worth investing in repairs on it. We have a large commercial refrigerator in the community center for refrigerated items, but we also need some storage for frozen items. We had an opportunity during spring break to have an ice cream social, but we had no way to keep the ice cream on hand. So I looked and got prices on various freezers. And the very best deal I can find in town is at Sam's Club. They have a 6.5 cubic foot freezer. It's upright for $299.98. Because we're dealing with ice cream and hot dogs and hamburgers, I'd actually like to purchase 2 of these. And we'll just keep one all the time, and we'll have one when we're doing a function to keep food on hand. So I would like a motion to purchase 2 6.5 cubic refrigerators from Sam's Club, not to exceed $650.
Okay, I'll make a motion to purchase 2 Thompson upright freezers for not more than $650 from Sam's Club.
One second.
Okay, I have a motion from Alderman Rupino to purchase 2 Thompson upright freezers from Sam's Club, not to exceed $650, seconded by Alderwoman Alvarado. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. And Mr. Mayor, if I could regress for a minute on the parks and some announcements. I just want to congratulate the ladies in the community center for their Easter festivities that they put on last Saturday and this Saturday before. They had Easter basket building, and last week they had Easter egg hunts, and they had the Easter bunny there, which I got to take a picture with, and it was, and had lots of children there. It was a big success, and
Wonderful.
yeah, the girls down there, they do a great job. They're all volunteers. And it was great for the kids and some of the adults. So I just want to pass on those kudos.
All right. Yes. Thank you, volunteers.
I'll second that.
Okay. So Public Works can go to Sam's and pick up 2 creatures. Okay, agenda item number 12, Public Works, discuss and or possible action on quotes received to replace tires on the Public Works truck. We have several quotes. The
Different kinds of tires, yeah.
amazingly, the one with the longest warranty period is the least expensive.
They need it, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir?
No, I was muting somebody.
So they need tires on the Public Works truck. Okay, and
Question.
yes, sir.
So it's just discount tire that we quoted from, correct?
Yep.
Could have gone to Sam's, we could have gone to Walmart.
Yep.
And there's only 4 tires. You have 5. Spare and you're 4. I think that truck is how old? Those tires gotta be at least as old. Maybe a little newer.
Alderman
No.
Bracken told me they're 19 years old,
Actually, sir,
according to the dates on the tire.
Okay.
but before they gifted us with that
Oh,
truck,
good tires.
They changed them.
they took the newer tires and gave us some older tires. The tires are older than the truck.
No, I don't have a problem with replacing tires. I just think we need to get 5 tires. Because your spare needs to be just as good as your rolling 4.
That's true.
Okay.
I can help you with that.
Would you?
I mean, I guess if we can agree on one, we can add another $40 for a certificate, $3 for a waste tire, and a $22 for an installation to come up with a new amount. So we can have an NTE of a different amount.
Okay, does anyone want to make a recommendation of a particular tire?
We've got
60,000,
yeah.
and it's cheaper by
And the one on down this year.
200.
So are you recommending the
Yeah, I
60,000 mile tire?
recommended that we purchase 5 tires for with the warranty that comes with the 60,000 miles.
Okay, so that,
That would be not more than
It's $11.64 with the 5th tire.
are we saying quote number
quote
Six,
number
seven-
67359.
67359? Is that the one you're on, sir?
Yeah.
That's the one I'm on, but I'm adding in the price of the 5th
How
tire.
much was the 5th tire?
So the 5th tire would bring the new total to $1,164.20.
1,164.20, so make it not more than $1,200.
Correct, because you're adding a new,
Yeah.
you're adding a certificate,
Yeah,
you're adding another tire. Actually, I take that back. I take that back, yep. Plus
Divide,
plus 209,
divide the
1373.
would be
Because we're adding basically
1373.20.
these all up again one more time. For
Yep.
the fifth tire, so 1,373.20.
1,373.20,
Correct.
Not to
Okay, so
exceed,
not-
not to
not
exceed
more than-
$1,400.
$1,400. Okay.
It's, okay,
Do I make a motion to purchase, to approve the purchase of quote 67359 for not more than $1,400?
I'll second.
okay, Alderman Rufino has made a motion to approve the purchase of 5 COP Discoverer tires from Discount Tires, not to exceed $1,400, seconded by Alderwoman Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous, ma'am. So get tires when you're going to pick up the freezers.
In your spare time.
On Saturday. you're off.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, agenda item 13, administration, unfinished business, discuss and or possible action on procedures for adopting land use and development ordinances, including subdivision and plating and comprehensive zoning. This is coming back from the March 24th, 2022 agenda. I'm concerned that we have a planning and zoning commission that's been working on the ordinances and the zoning since 2019. And it is not seeming to move forward. I'm going to ask council, how should we address this, ma'am?
So, for those of y'all who haven't been on council as long as, Plan and Zoning Commission has been working on the zoning, ordinance. We have a plan amendment that was put into place. They've been working on the zoning ordinance for about 3 years now. Some because this delay is some because of COVID and people weren't able to meet in person for a while, and a lot of it is just not being able to get a forum. So, the commission broke up into a committee to develop the ordinance and present it to the Planning and Zoning Commission for recommendation, which will then come to council. And I think we may be getting to a point of a standstill, so needing some guidance or some recommendations from the council on how council wants to move forward on ordinances that would affect the land use and development within the city. Because as I'm sure y'all are aware, development is happening a lot faster than the city can regulate. So whether that is getting the city engineer involved, or council did, I believe, go out for a request for qualifications for an engineering company to, or a planning firm to help with the zoning ordinance, but I don't believe we received any replies. Whether that is something the council wants to do again, or whether to have Planning and Zoning Commission continue as they've been doing. But yeah, however, being it's taken so long, there is no timeline or timeframe of when that can be adopted or proposed to council. So it's really, city probably needs the zoning ordinance, a subdivision ordinance, an ordinance regarding plats and plat procedures, and we really just need guidance from council on how council wants to proceed with that.
Is there a sort of I don't, is there sort of a way that cities do that, that are is sort of
Standard.
a guide, a standard, yeah.
So similar what was done with the plan amendment, having the city engineer may be able to do it too, but it's typically done through either an outside consulting service or the city engineer. Public hearings will be eventually held, but that is typically done that would be done when there's a substantive draft present and citizens have an opportunity to look at it, that can speak on particular either properties or zoning designations. So it's typically done the way the city did it with the plan amendment or the comprehensive plan. But I think when it came to the zoning, there were just no responses. So it may be just a different time where the council can either, if it's within the budget and something the council wants to do, is have another consulting firm come and give a recommendation, evaluate the city, evaluate all the land within the city, or whether that's something the city engineer can also assist in.
I think it's important to have it done professionally. I mean, we wouldn't want some hodgepodge of, because it affects everybody's life.
With the plan amendment, the engineering firm that did the plan amendment or the comprehensive plan, also they did surveys, they had work or town halls. The Planning and Zoning Commission has had workshops. The public is always invited or has always been invited to speak, citizens be heard, just like they are at council meetings. But a lot of it was virtual at the time, just because of the restrictions in place. So it may be worth a similar procedure of what was done with the comprehensive plan. But with knowing that would still take some time, 6 months, if a professional does come in and do it, there still should be a way to somehow regulate that or regulate the land. Some cities do moratoriums, which would halt development, halt any plat applications. The moratorium would only be in effect for 120 days to give the city the opportunity to, but that would also require 2 public hearings, an ordinance in place, notice in the paper to at least just pause any type of development until the city can catch up with its ordinances and regulations.
So to understand, you're saying that because of the pandemic and everything, it broke off into just a committee, and now we're trying to establish and get the commission going, and we need guidance on that part?
Well, because no outside professional had responded to any request from the city, that's where the commission was tasked to prepare a zoning ordinance.
Right.
But then when the pandemic hit, it was harder to meet. It was harder to get a quorum to meet.
Right.
And it was it's become a slow moving process.
Okay.
Okay.
Mayor, do you maybe suggest that we meet with engineers ourselves, and then that way we can get the information to bring to the planning and zoning?
I will speak with the city engineer as to whether he can assist us with that or can
Somebody.
provide guidance to someone that can do that. I'm going to ask Mayor Pro Tem Martinez to meet with me and the chair of the Planning and Zoning Commission to bring us up to date on exactly where they're at.
Okay.
And with that said, I want to bring back this discussion at our next meeting.
Briefs us all on where we are.
So that, you know, we have paused at this long enough. We need to move forward with some action, and if it's hire a professional planner to assist us in this ordinance, then we might need to do that. So that said, Ms. Ray, please make a note that we're going to discuss this again at our next meeting. And we will move on to administration, new business. Discuss and or possible action regarding Citizen Complaint Review Board vacant position. Do we have an application for that, ma'am?
I don't have it in there. Yes, Mickey Ball has submitted one.
Okay. We have one qualified applicant, Miss Mickey Ball. If anyone cares to nominate, I'm ready to listen. If there's no nomination, we'll re-advertise and try to find some fresh victims, volunteers.
I'll nominate Mickey Ball.
Okay, Alderman Rapino nominates Mickey Ball to be a part of the Citizen Complaint Review Board. Do I have a second?
My only disagreement with the with the nomination is that there's a current CCRB complaint. That
Sir, we're not going to discuss that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
No, there's no second. And
with no second, we can't consider or take a vote. With no second, we will continue to advertise for the vacant position and move on to the next agenda item, 14B, discuss and or possible
Do you
action.
want to set, excuse me, do you want to set a time frame for the new advertisement? Or just leave
May
it open?
15th,
May
ma'am.
15th,
I'm gonna take a hammer and go find people.
okay.
Well, and I'm just gonna make a public statement that when this came up, there was a lot of interest in having the Citizen Complaint Review Board. But it's hard to fill the positions because the people that want the complaint board, review board, obviously don't want to attend meetings or I don't know. Once again, lack of volunteers.
And that's just made up of citizens?
Ma'am?
Is that made up only of citizens? Or
No, ma'am. We actually have,
do you have your council members?
we have a council member that chairs the meeting. We have a police officer, another city employee, and 4 citizens.
Mhm.
And we're Dalton Ellis was on the review board,
Mhm.
but since he's a city employee now,
we have an opening.
we had an opening. So we'll advertise till May 15th and readdress it. Okay. I don't even want to talk about the next one. Agenda item 14B, discussion or possible action on the resignation, retirement of City Secretary Charlotte Ray. Miss Charlotte has decided to retire. Everybody should have a letter in front of them. Her plan is to stay until April 29th, 2022. And God bless Miss Charlotte. She has been an angel to the city since 2014. We will miss you dearly, ma'am. So the action would be to accept the resignation if someone wants to make a motion.
We're not gonna put it forward.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I'll make a motion to accept Ms. Rave's letter of resignation
reluctantly.
reluctantly
And our.
effective April 20th.
Okay, I have a reluctant motion from Mayor Pro Tem Martinez and a reluctant second from Alderwoman Martinez to accept the resignation and retirement of City Secretary Charlotte Rabe. All in favor, say aye.
Reluctant I.
Reluctant ayes. God bless you and thank you for your service, ma'am. Okay, discuss enter possible action on procedures for filling the position of city secretary. I have had discussions with our former city secretary and current court clerk expressing an interest in resuming the duties of city secretary and seeking a court clerk. And in that case, we would have this city secretary position filled and be looking for a court clerk.
Court clerk's pretty easy to find these days.
Nobody is easy to find these days, sir. Police officers, the code enforcement officers, public works people, court clerks, judges. Everybody's hiring. So on the other hand, Ms. Shelton has full confidence that she can train a person with normal office skills to be a court clerk. I would, my opinion is that it would be easier to find someone to train as a court clerk than it would to hire somebody as a city secretary.
Yeah, there's a lot of knowledge from past that you need to be you can't just step into the job
To be
and
the
know,
city clerk.
know the history that's out here, know what's going on.
Yeah,
Comparative to the.
Yeah, compared to the court clerk,
Com-
yeah, everything she's doing
Yeah.
is basically current, yeah.
Court clerk is just procedures.
Right.
Ms. Shelton is definitely an asset to the court clerk. You know, I hate to lose her. Obviously, she's going to assist on both ends. She's taken the court clerk position to phenomenal where it's at today. So obviously, you know, just in my insight, her training, obviously the next person from me, you know, have the same, you know, some type of resume in the court clerk position as well. Just my recommendation. She's done a phenomenal job, you know.
And that's called utilizing your employees. Now you're the trainer for the court clerk. So we
Ms.
save
Shelton,
some
would you
money.
like to address the council?
Like we had talked about, it would be easier for me to train someone on the court side because
Okay,
the focus is just court versus all over
That
So-
means you're going to do the job?
the city secretary.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I'll take that back on.
Oh, good.
If we could get someone hired before she leaves.
Or
great,
April
but I know
29th.
we're gonna have to keep I assume we'll have to keep it open for a while for resumes and whatnot, so.
So we're going to advertise in a hurry?
okay. I think we need a motion to,
I'll make a motion to accept Catherine Yelton as court clerk and
No, not
post
as court clerk, city secretary.
city secretary, I'm sorry, city secretary, and then do a posting and accept applications for the court clerk.
Okay, the motion is to
Starting month.
reinstate Catherine Yelton as the city secretary
Mhm.
and advertise for a court clerk / trainee.
So the motion would be to reinstate Catherine Hilton as city secretary and then post for a court clerk training.
Okay. And let's take that motion on. Okay,
Okay.
Mayor, is there an effective date for the or the appointment of Catherine, since Charlotte's resignation isn't until, I think, it's April 29th?
29th.
April 29th.
So would it be immediate, is he?
Say the date.
The 29th is a
Somewhere.
Friday.
Monday.
First.
We'll take.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
The first.
with an effective day of May 1st.
May 1st. Okay, so the motion is
May 2nd.
Is it the
Okay.
second?
May 2nd.
Yeah.
May 2nd.
Okay.
Final answer.
Okay, here we go. So the motion would be to reinstate Catherine Yelton as city secretary on the effective date, May 2nd, and to post for court clerk. For the
Okay.
city.
Okay, the motion from Alderwoman Alvarado is to reinstate Catherine Yelton as the city secretary effective May 2nd. And let's take that as the motion.
Okay,
Right, yeah. You want to
And
do
do
the
a
court
second one?
clerk before that.
Okay. All right, and Alderwoman Martinez seconds the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that's unanimous. And then
motion.
I need a motion to advertise for a court clerk.
I make a motion to advertise for court clerk starting the 15th of April.
Okay, well,
And
that's tomorrow.
I know.
Okay, the motion is
No.
made to advertise for a court clerk beginning May 15th. And
April 15th.
April 15th,
Yeah,
and I assume that we would do that at TML,
yeah. 10,
the website, Wilson County News. And Ms. Shelton, is there a Court Clerk Association newsletter that you're aware of?
There is, I've never created a profile or anything, but I might be able to get on it just to do some advertising
That
for municipal.
would you check into that starting tomorrow, ma'am? And
Till, how long are you gonna leave it open for? What's the end date?
Month.
yeah,
let us make the end date April 29th.
extend if it's not.
And we can extend it if necessary.
Mhm.
We've talked about it. Who's gonna make the motion now?
Mr. Rapino have the motion on the
We don't have a second.
You made the motion.
Okay, yeah.
I'll second it.
Say it again.
But I make a motion to advertise for a court clerk in the Wilson County News, the website. Charlotte, please,
TML.
TML,
And the
Uh,
Court Clerk Association.
and the Court Clerk Association ending on the 29th of April.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion is made to advertise for a court clerk in the Wilson County News, TML, the city website, and the Court Clerk Association beginning tomorrow and ending on April 29th. seconded by Alderwoman Martinez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. That carries. And next agenda item, 14D, discuss and for possible action on work authorization document from Success Engineering for repair construction to New Mathis Road and Flat River Drive. Okay, yeah, that's the one with the success on top of it.
Mhm.
And again, a project from 2019. We passed the road bond in 2019 to do some repair and resurfacing of various streets in the city. The emphasis has turned to major repairs on New Mathis Road. It's just being destroyed by the current traffic, and a secondary repair is on Flat River Drive. We need to do some base repairs and the surface treatment there. The objective for New Mathis Road is to increase the paved shoulder width, do base repair and add a surface treatment, and provide striping. We that have been here for a while understand New Mathis was at the back of the subdivision
Mhm.
for a few decades.
And it was never approved by Bear County.
Yeah,
New Mathis was never approved by Bear County.
Right.
They opened it up.
And yeah, never, yeah.
So,
They did no maintenance on it.
yeah, New Mathis was the back street and now it's the main drag.
Mhm.
From Priest Road to Skyla, it's in really bad shape, and that's where the big emphasis is going to be. Flat River Drive goes from Copper Canyon to Lost Hills, and it's also in pretty bad shape. There's some issue with base repairs there that needs to be addressed. So this work authorization they will provide project management, design, the engineering. They'll bring in their surveyor to survey, geotechnical engineering. They want to do some core sample in some areas. The bid phase services, they will help us advertise, prepare all the documents for us and for the contractors. They provide construction administration. We really need to authorize this and allow them to go to work. The estimate is if we authorize the work, we should have, excuse me. Yes, sir.
Mayor, just to let you know, I'm here for Jess Wing, and so if you have any questions regarding the
Okay.
proposal or anything else. I just wanna make sure you listen.
So on the very back page, there is the total cost for engineering at $71,466. I recommend that we approve the work authorization and get done. Jess has told me that if we start now, that we can be looking at September, October as the completion dates. So it's open for discussion.
The
Any
list of-
questions?
The list of work authorizations, it has two. That's on the back at the bottom.
Okay.
And that is.
The Crystal Water Plat reviewed, we did not authorize that.
Mhm.
This is its second. The 2022 roadway bond is the current authorization we're looking at.
Okay. Oh,
And once this is done, what do we think the total cost will be to complete the work? Or do we have any idea of what?
Including the engineering services, it was a little over $900,000.
Okay.
Is that what that means as far as attached as a man-hour estimate and cost?
No, the man-hour estimate and cost per task is what
Separate?
these numbers
The 71,000, this is
Okay.
just, the
So you're asking about the total.
actual work.
yeah, the
Mhm.
actual work after this.
You said over a
Was this
little
a part
over-
of the 900 that we talked about, right? Okay.
And that-
Well, we didn't get the road bond for nothing, so
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the work authorization to 6S Engineering, not to exceed 71,466.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion for Mayor Pro Tem Martinez to authorize me to sign the work authorization. And a second by Alderman Rapino. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That carries unanimously. As soon as I get a clean copy, we'll have it sent to you, sir.
Forward to getting started working with you.
Okay. Yeah. Agenda item 14E, discuss enter possible action on the resignation of Ken Bradshaw from the Planning and Zoning Commission. So we don't draft them, we don't pay them, they're all volunteers. Mr. Bradshaw wants to go on to other things. Can I have a motion to accept his resignation?
I'll make a motion to accept Mr. Ken Bradshaw's resignation from the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I'll second.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
okay. Yeah, I have a motion from Alderman Rapino to accept the resignation of Ken Bradshaw from the Planning and Zoning Commission, seconded by Alderwoman Alvarado. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes unanimously, ma'am. Discuss under possible action on procedures to fill the vacancy on Planning and Zoning Commission and or appointments to fill the vacancy on the Planning and Zoning Commission. Does anyone have a nominee?
I have a nominee.
Okay,
I nominee Terry Coffindaffer to fill the Planning and Zoning Commission based off of his experience previously in the military and in his current role. I believe he'd make a great candidate for this position.
okay.
Is he here today?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Coffindaffer, are you willing to serve on the Planning and Zoning Commission?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Martinez to appoint Terry Coffindaffer
Daffer.
to the Planning and Zoning Commission empty seat. Do I have a second?
I'll second the nomination.
Okay, I have a second from Alderman Rapino to appoint Terry Coffindaffer to the Planning and Zoning Commission. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations. Mr. Coffindaffer, you are now a member of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Okay,
Do you need a motion for the adjournment?
Yeah.
agenda item 15, adjourn. I would accept the motion.
Before I make a motion for that, I want to apologize for my mimicry of Joe Biden earlier in the.
No, you can't say that, sir. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Okay, motion and
7:55.
seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned at 7:55. Sir?
No more